The signal from the stars. The observation deck of the ERS Horizon offered the best view of the starfield, and Commander Elena Vasquez often found herself there during the night cycle. 70 light-years from Earth, the patterns of stars were subtly different, a constant reminder of how far humanity had ventured into the void. The Horizon was Earth's most advanced deep space research vessel, powered by the revolutionary Shaw Miyazaki drive that had finally broken the light-speed barrier. Commander, the ship's AI, interrupted her thoughts. We've detected an anomalous signal at coordinates 227 Mark 43. Elena straightened. Classification. Unknown, Commander. The signal pattern indicates artificial origin, but it matches no known human transmission protocols. Elena's heart rate quickened. Strength and distance. Signal strength suggests a powerful transmission source approximately 3.4 light-years from our position. The pattern repeats every 81.7 seconds. After 3 centuries of space exploration, humanity had yet to encounter another intelligent species. There had been bacterial life on Mars, complex organisms in Europa's oceans, even primitive multicellular beings on Proxima Centauri. But never sentience, never civilization. Alert the senior staff, Elena ordered. Set course for the signal origin. When the Horizon emerged from its dimensional slip, they found themselves in orbit around a blue-green gas giant with 23 moons. The signal was coming from the 4th moon, a rocky world with a thin atmosphere. Surface scans detect artificial structures, reported Science Officer Dr. Kwan, and energy readings consistent with advanced technology. Life signs? Elena asked. Affirmative. Non-human biosignatures in the largest structure. Elena assembled a landing team. Herself, Dr. Kwan, Security Chief Rodriguez, and exolinguist specialist Chen. Earth-first contact protocols were clear but allowed commander discretion in emergency situations. The distress signal's urgency had been unmistakable. Their shuttle descended through wispy clouds to a landscape of purple-tinged vegetation and crystalline formations. The structure, clearly artificial, resembled an enormous spiral shell embedded in the side of a mountain. No defensive systems engaged them as they approached. Radiation levels normal. Atmosphere contains nitrogen, oxygen, and trace elements not immediately harmful to humans, Kwan reported, breathable with filters. As they approached the structure's entrance, it dilated open. Inside stood 3 figures that were unmistakably not human. Tall and slender, with 4 arms and iridescent skin that shifted colors like oil on water, they had large, compound eyes and no visible mouth. Their bodies seemed to ripple with an internal light. Universal translator active, Chen whispered. One alien stepped forward, its skin pulsing with blue and green patterns. A melodic sound emerged from somewhere within its torso, and the translator in Elena's ear struggled to convert it. Gratitude. Arrival. Danger follows. Help. Chen adjusted settings frantically. The language structure is unlike anything we've encountered. I need more samples. Elena removed her helmet, trusting Kwan's readings. I am Commander Elena Vasquez of Earth Research Ship Horizon. We received your signal and came to offer assistance. The alien's colors shifted to a deeper blue as it raised its upper arms in what seemed like a gesture of welcome or relief. After several minutes of Chen working with the translator and the aliens patiently repeating patterns, communication improved. I am Xylar, speaker for the Liriani Collective, the alien said. We are refugees. Our worlds have fallen to the Karax dominion. They pursue us even now. Over the next hours, the humans learned that the galaxy contained numerous intelligent species. The Liriani were scholars and artists from a system 50 light-years distant. The Karax, a predatory species evolved from pack hunters, had begun expanding aggressively through nearby systems, subjugating or exterminating other species. The Karax consider all other life forms resources to be harvested, Xylar explained as they showed the humans holographic images of their destroyed homeworld. They were once contained by the Galactic Concord, but something has changed. Their new Archon leads them on a crusade of conquest. How many survivors are there? Elena asked. This facility holds 2,317, Xyler replied. A last of our science and leadership castes. Our history, our knowledge, our art. We carried what we could. Elena felt the weight of the moment. Humanity had discovered they were not alone in the universe, but their first contact was with a civilization on the brink of extinction. Why did you send the signal in our direction? Dr. Kwan asked. Did you know of our existence? Xyler's skin rippled with amber tones. We detected your vessel's emissions weeks ago. Our scouts observe your technology from a distance. You are unknown to the Galactic Concord, which means you might be unknown to the Karax as well. And you are different. Different how? Elena pressed. Your biological readings indicate you evolved on a high-gravity world with significant radiation and atmospheric toxins. A death world, in Concord classification. Such species are rare and... Xyler paused. Formidable. Before Elena could respond, alarms blared throughout the facility. A younger Liriani rushed in, its skin flashing crimson. Karax vessels detected entering the system, Xyler translated. 3 warships. They have found us. The horizon, still in orbit, confirmed the approach of 3 massive vessels unlike any in human records. Scans indicated weaponry far beyond Earth's current capabilities. We must evacuate immediately, Elena decided. How quickly can your people board our shuttle and secondary craft? Xyler's colors darkened. Your vessel cannot carry all of us. Then we'll make multiple trips. The Karax will be here within your hours. There is insufficient time. Elena felt the pressure of a decision that would change human history forever. Earth protocols prohibited interfering in alien conflicts, but extinction was not a political matter. AI. She called to the ship's AI through her communicator. Prepare for emergency dimensional slip with alien passengers. Maximum capacity. Commander, Rodriguez cautioned, Earth Directive 17 specifically prohibits. I know the directives. Elena cut him off. I'll accept full responsibility. The evacuation began immediately. The Horizon was a research vessel, not designed for massive passenger transport, but Elena's crew improvised, converting cargo bays and science labs into temporary quarters. As the last shuttle was loading with Liriani refugees, the first Karax vessel entered firing range. From her position at the landing site, Elena saw the flash of energy weapons in orbit. Horizon reports shields at 60%. Rodriguez relayed. They've taken defensive action. Above them, space lit up with weapons fire. The Horizon, never designed for combat, was holding its own through sheer technological innovation. The Shaw Miyazaki drive cores, when reversed, created dimensional disruptions that confused enemy targeting systems. The last group is aboard, Xyler reported. As they raced for the shuttle, the ground shook. A blinding beam from the lead Karax ship struck the Liriani facility, vaporizing half the mountain. The shock wave threw Elena forward, and she felt something crack in her chest. Pain exploded with each breath. Rodriguez helped her to her feet. Commander, get to the shuttle, she gasped. The ground trembled again as landing craft descended through the atmosphere. The first glimpse Elena caught of a Karax warrior emerged from the smoke. Massive armored figures with multiple limbs moving with frightening speed despite their bulk. They're coming, Chen shouted. Get aboard. Now. Elena ordered, drawing her sidearm. A standard-issue pulse pistol, woefully inadequate against the approaching threat. As the last crew members boarded, Elena stood at the shuttle ramp, firing precise shots that slowed but didn't stop the Karax warriors. One shot caught a joint in the lead warrior's armor, and to her surprise, it faltered. Rodriguez pulled her aboard as the shuttle doors sealed. They bleed, she gasped through the pain in her chest. Remember that. They bleed. The shuttle rocketed upward. evading pursuit craft as the horizon created a dimensional disruption that confused the Karak's targeting systems. When they docked, the research vessel immediately activated its drive, slipping away from normal space seconds before the Karaks could lock weapons. In the medical bay, as the ship's doctor treated her 3 broken ribs, Alina faced the hardest call of her career. She opened a channel to Earth's Central Command. "This is Commander Vasquez of the ERS Horizon. We have made first contact with 2 alien species." She paused, watching Liriani children being treated in the adjacent bay. "And we may have just brought humanity into its first interstellar war." Deathworlders unleashed. Admiral Jackson's expression on the quantum communication screen was unreadable. Behind him, Alina could make out the gathered officials of Earth Defense Command. "Let me be clear, Commander Vasquez," the Admiral said. "You've brought 1,700 alien refugees to the Sol system without authorization, after engaging in combat with another alien faction that now potentially threatens Earth itself." Alina stood at attention despite her bandaged ribs. "Yes, Admiral. The Liriani faced extinction, and the Karaks had already traced their location. Had we not intervened, we would have witnessed genocide." A heated debate erupted among the officials. Some demanded the Liriani be quarantined or even returned to unoccupied space. Others saw the strategic advantage of the advanced technology the refugees had brought with them. Most troubling were those who viewed this as an opportunity to test Earth's military capabilities against an extraterrestrial threat. Ziller had been permitted to join the transmission. When given the opportunity to speak, the Liriani's skin flashed with colors that the translator now recognized as emotional indicators. "The Karaks will come," Ziller stated simply. "Not immediately, but they will come. They never abandon a hunt. You are now part of their awareness, and they have classified your species." "Classify us how?" asked Secretary General Okonkwo. "As Deathworlders. Potential threats. Species evolved in harsh conditions develop." Ziller searched for the right words. "Tenacity that the Karaks both fear and respect. They will not underestimate you as they did us." In the week that followed, Earth prepared. The Liriani helped upgrade Earth's defensive systems with their technology, while human engineers studied the principles behind Karak's weaponry based on sensor data from the encounter. Then the message came. A Karak's communication drone appeared at the edge of the Sol system, broadcasting in multiple frequencies, including human radio waves they must have analyzed from the horizon's emissions. "Species of Earth," the message began, translated through Liriani algorithms. "You harbor fugitives from Karak's justice. Surrender the Liriani and all their technology within 1 orbital cycle of your primary world, or we will demonstrate the consequence of defiance." The Dominion's reach is inevitable. The Earth Security Council convened immediately. Alina and Ziller were called to testify about Karak's capabilities and tactics. "Their technology exceeds ours in weapons yield and shield strength," Alina explained. "But the Horizon was able to evade them using dimensional countermeasures they seemed unfamiliar with. Their tactical doctrine is based on overwhelming force and intimidation," added General Rahman, who had been working closely with the Liriani military refugees. "They've never encountered significant resistance." "Because most species surrender immediately," Ziller added, colors darkening. "The Concord worlds evolved in gentle environments. They lack the physical and psychological adaptations for sustained conflict." "And humans?" Secretary General Okonkwo asked. Ziller's colors shifted to a purple hue the translator interpreted as cautious respect. "Your species evolved on a world that would kill most sentient life in the Concord. Your gravity is crushing, your radiation levels constant, your atmosphere corrosive, your biosphere filled with toxins and predators. You are physically durable, but more importantly, you think differently. Where Concord species seek harmony, you embrace chaos and turn it to advantage." The decision was unanimous. Earth would not surrender the Liriani. When the Karak's fleet arrived 3 days later, They found not a cowering civilization, but an organized defense. Earth's fleet, though smaller, had been augmented with Liriani tech and deployed in formations the Karak's tactical computers couldn't predict. The battle began at the orbit of Jupiter. Karak's warships, massive and imposing, launched the first assault with confidence born of countless easy victories. They expected Earth vessels to scatter before their superior firepower. Instead, humanity fought like nothing the Karaks had encountered. Earth ships took devastating hits, but continued functioning at reduced capacity instead of surrendering. Human crews performed emergency repairs in conditions that would kill most species. When standard weapons proved ineffective, they improvised, using the gravity of moons and the radiation belts of Jupiter itself as weapons. Alina commanded the ERS Defiant, a hastily retrofitted vessel that combined human and Liriani technology. Her crew included both humans and Liriani scientists who worked together to exploit weaknesses in Karak systems. Their shields are calibrated against directed energy weapons, reported Dr. Kwan, now her tactical officer. They're less effective against kinetic impacts. Launch the mass drivers, Alina ordered. The Defiant released dozens of tungsten rods accelerated to near-relativistic speeds. The simple weapons, effectively just metal spears, tore through Karak shields and hulls with devastating efficiency. They're adapting their shield harmonics, a Liriani engineer reported. Then we adapt faster, Alina replied. The battle raged for hours. Both sides took heavy losses, but the Karaks appeared increasingly disoriented by human tactics. Earth forces fought with a savagery and creativity that defied the Karaks' battle computers. The turning point came when Alina's fleet deliberately collapsed a dimensional pocket containing concentrated solar plasma directly inside the Karak's flagship's shield envelope. The resulting explosion disabled the massive vessel, and for the first time in centuries, a Karak's Archon faced defeat. We're receiving a transmission from the Karak's command ship, the communications officer reported. On screen appeared a being that resembled a massive crustacean, with compound eyes and armored limbs. Its translator rendered its clicks and whistles into harsh, stilted speech. You fight. A pause. Not as prey. We fight as equals, Alina responded. Or better, withdraw your forces from Earth space immediately and release all occupied Liriani worlds. The Karak's Archon's mandibles clicked rapidly. Impossible demands. Then we'll take them anyway, Alina replied. We've analyzed your propulsion systems. Your ships cannot outrun ours in dimensional space. You cannot escape, and we've proven we can defeat you in battle. Those are your options. Retreat and survive, or continue and be destroyed. A long silence followed. Alina knew she was bluffing partly. Earth's forces had taken heavy damage and couldn't sustain another full engagement. But the Karaks didn't know that. The Dominion, the Archon finally spoke, will withdraw. But this is not finished, Deathworlders. As the Karak's fleet retreated, cheers erupted across Earth's vessels. But Alina knew this was only the beginning. Humanity had announced its presence to the galaxy in the most dramatic way possible. 6 months later, a gathering unlike any in human history took place at the newly constructed Concord Embassy in Geneva. Representatives from 27 species had arrived to establish diplomatic relations with Earth. The Liriani had introduced humanity to the wider galactic community, and word of how they had repelled the Karaks had spread rapidly. Alina, now Admiral Vasquez, stood beside Ziller as they greeted the Concord ambassadors. They fear us, she noted privately to her Liriani friend, observing the cautious body language of many delegates. Yes, Zyler admitted, skin rippling with thoughtful blues. But they need you. For millennia, the Concord has sought peaceful coexistence, but peace requires strength to defend it. The galaxy is learning what the Karaks discovered. When Deathworlders hear a cry for help, they answer it as a call to war. Alina watched Earth's flag raised alongside those of alien worlds. Not war, she corrected. Protection. Humans don't fight because we love violence. We fight because we understand its cost better than most, and we're willing to pay it so others don't have to. Ziller's colors shifted to a warm golden hue the translator had no word for. Perhaps that is why Deathworlders make the best guardians. As the Earth's anthem played under alien skies, Alina realized humanity had found its place in the cosmos, not as conquerors or victims, but as defenders of those who couldn't defend themselves. The galaxy would never be the same, and neither would Earth. To new beginnings, she said, raising a glass. Around her, representatives of worlds circling distant stars raised their own in response. The age of humanity had begun. Retriclaude can make mistakes. Please double-check responses.